So today begins a national week of homelessness focus. So National Homelessness Week. This is not a Salvation Army initiative, but it is something that we align with. And so the Salvation Army, in response, are joining with this focus on homelessness in this coming week. So from the 1st to the 7th of August, you will see things around in the community. You will see things from the city of Mandurah. You will see other agencies. You will see the Salvation Army. But what we hope is that during this week, each of us would grow in understanding of what it means for people who are facing homelessness. What it is that their lives are holding for them, what they're working through, and even perhaps and hopefully what part you can play in bringing hope and helping them sustain through the period of life that they are in. So the Salvation Army, we believe that God created the world as a safe home for people to belong and to flourish in life. We believe that this whole world was created for us to flourish. It was created that we would feel safe. This week, we particularly want to show our solidarity with those who find themselves without a safe place to live and to sleep. The Salvation Army are actively supporting people every day, but we don't do this alone. We work alongside many different organisations and individuals in our aim to see homelessness eradicated. Eradicating homelessness, that is a big goal. And to help us achieve it, we first need to understand the full scope of what it looks like for someone to be experiencing homelessness. Mission Australia state that the common perception of a homeless person is an older man with a drinking or drug problem who sleeps in an inner city park or street. However, we know from our experience and census figures, there is no typical homeless person. Homelessness can affect and does affect men, women, children from a wide range of backgrounds living in our cities, our suburbs, and country towns. Yet the problem is often masked by the fact that people experiencing homelessness move from one temporary solution to another, making do until they can find permanent accommodation. So, where are people sleeping? This graphic gives us insight into what it looks like to find a safe place when you are facing homelessness. See, many people are considered the hidden homeless. They move between the homes of family members, or as is often the case with young people, they'll couch surf from one friend's house to another. Some stay in refuges, boarding houses, cheap hotels, caravans, and even cars. As you can imagine, such uncertainty can take an enormous toll on a person's self-worth and their capacity to go to school or to work and even to stay healthy. Homelessness is experienced when a person does not have a home in which they have shelter, when they cannot exercise control over a physical area, when they cannot maintain privacy or enjoy social relations, and they can't have a legal title through tenancy rights or ownership. I experienced a glimpse of that in this past week, just trying to find a quiet place to have a phone call, a place where the internet connected enough that we would stay in touch. These things, they affect the lives of these people. They don't have a place they can call their home and entertain friends. It's very, very different way of living. The Mckenzie and Chamberlain cultural definition of homelessness uses 3 categories, which I've put up here for homelessness. There is primary homelessness. This is experienced by people without conventional accommodation. So people who are sleeping rough or in improvised dwellings. These are the people that you'll often see sleeping in streets or tucked away in corners. So that is what we consider primary homelessness. Secondary homelessness is experienced by people who frequently move from one temporary shelter to another. So emergency accommodations, youth refuges, women's refuges, couch surfing from one place to another. And tertiary homelessness is experienced by people staying in accommodation that falls below minimum community standards. Some places are houses, but they are not what people should be living in. They don't provide what people need. These could be boarding houses. There could be people permanently living in caravan parks, people in overcrowded places, people where their home is not stable. So we have primary, secondary, and tertiary. Now, often when we think of homelessness, we only think of primary. But for every one person that you see who is homeless, there is about another 13 people you don't see who are facing homelessness, but finding other ways to cope. So as you can see, hopefully, homelessness is a problem that goes beyond rooflessness. It goes beyond a lack of access to safe shelter. According to the 2016 census from the Bureau of Statistics, there are more than 116,000 people in Australia experiencing homelessness. More than 116,000 people. With 9,206 people sleeping rough in Western Australia. So that's that primary homelessness line, 9,206 in our state. The Salvation Army, we are actively supporting people through homelessness in many ways. There's a lot of national information I could share with you, but that would take a long time. So I'm not going to do that right now. You can find that information. You can ask me for it and I can send you links. But what I'd like to do is to highlight some ways that the Mandurah Salvation Army here are helping support people who are struggling to find a safe, permanent and adequate place to live. I want to encourage you that us being a welcoming church is doing that. By welcoming anyone into our church and accepting them just as they are, not expecting people to change, not expecting people to wear particular clothes or look a particular way, but just loving people just as they are. When we welcome and engage people with voluntary service, we are helping. We are giving them a place to belong, a place to find value, by accepting anyone to come and be part of our service teams. Yes, we expect that they would do that with the love and the character that we want shown, but we want them to come and to feel welcome. We provide emergency relief 3 days a week. This includes financial, clothing, furniture, medical scripts, a friendly face. All these things are happening through your church, through your place. Financial counselling service has started this year with a money care program to help people learn new, different ways of managing money, help walk with them as they can create new habits, I suppose, in how to manage money. We keep prices at the thrift shop at reasonable prices. We hope to keep these low so that it is affordable for the people who are really needing those cheaper value options. We know that you can get good quality products at low prices, and that's what we want to keep providing. We do refer people to other agencies and other programs in our area. I really strongly put out there, we don't do this alone. There are so many good agencies in Mandurah that are seeking to support people with homelessness. So we connect with them and we refer people with those and we work together. We do not work in isolation. And we pray. We pray for God's kingdom to grow in our community. And we continue to do that. Every one of those things are helping to support people, to embrace people right where they are, and to help them move forward, and hopefully then to find a permanent home. So what can you do? I suggest that you can be a part of caring for people around you. Don't wait for someone to reach out for you to help or to call you. Check in on people. See how they are. Hear their story. Reach out. Share a cup of tea. Have a conversation with them and be a true friend. Pray for people and pray with people. Believe in the best for them and of them. And if you want to do more, then join a service group. Get active. See how you can become a part of a group, or let us know you want to help people in this area, because we know of people who need help, but we need to know who's willing and able to help so that we can connect people together. You may have seen the Big Issue magazine around. You can buy one of those. The money from those goes to support people who are facing homelessness. So consider your habits. Consider what you can do to reach out and embrace and share life with people who don't have that stable home. People need, most of all, to be reminded of their value. They need to be loved just as they are and encouraged as they continue to look for a permanent place that they can call home. And I know that our church can do that. And so I encourage you to think of ways that you can be more aware and active and involved in loving the people around you who are needing your support to get through. So that is my briefing on information about homelessness in our area, through our church, in our community. A glimpse at the national state. There is a lot more information out there. I will be putting some things on the Facebook page this week, but there will be reports in newspapers. There is going to be so much information out there. As a church, let's be people who care and pray and act to see God's kingdom reach and flourish all people in our community.